Hey you guys, PJD here. Hope you're all doing well. I'm here with another What's New This Week video, and this one is going to be rather short. So here we go. I'm going to start with the waste of time that was the Stila warehouse event in New York City. So they had a warehouse event, and the only reason I went is because they actually said they were going to have like their entire collection, and I'm thinking, why would they have like an entire collection in the warehouse, event? Because some of their items had just come out. I'm like, what? Entire collection? Yeah, entire old collection. But anyway, they had I did pick up a couple of things, most of which I've given away. I just got a few things anyway, but the things that I've kept for myself, which really doesn't even matter, is the Stila Forever Your Curl Memory Mascara. The wand is super tiny, so I have used it on the bottom, excuse me, the bottom row of my lashes, but it did give me some fallout, so this was a waste. I think I paid like $5 for it, and the retail price was like 20 something, whatever. But yeah, if I ever say I'm going to a Stila warehouse event, kick me. The other thing that I purchased that I kept for myself is the Stila Stay All Day Vinyl Lip Gloss, and it's in the shade Terracotta. Yeah. And here it is. It's okay. On my lips, it doesn't, I know I have this on right now. It's not even worth it to show you. It doesn't really show up so much on the lips. It's okay color. It's fine. I was hoping they had the other Stay All Day colors. I was looking for Aria and a couple of the others. None of those were there. Just like this color and like two others. So anyway, and people were like going mad in that sale, like grabbing palettes up and this and that. Most of like the palette stuff wasn't even going to work for my complexion, so I didn't care about that. And it was just stuff from their older collection. A lot of their like Stila glosses and stuff I didn't care about. So at least it was free to get in. So anyway, let me show you some other nice items. New from Soultanicals, I picked up, and this one looks like this because I've had it, in the shower. I've used it. It's like up to here. I do have another bottle of it. This is their Curl Supreme Conditioning Dream, and I thought it was cool. Again, another Soultanicals product, just like the others, paraben free, mineral sulfate free, all that stuff. So that's good. This is a washout conditioner, and you would use it as you normally would any other washout conditioner. When I do the actual review, I'll have to show you the ingredients because I doubt you can really make things out through the worn packaging now since I've had this by the shower. But typical, really nice ingredients. It has there was something I saw in here that I really wanted. Oh yeah, well, it has shea butter in here. It has carrot seed oil, argan oil. So it has some nice things, but when I do the review, you'll actually see it there. I'll just show you. Oh, it smells nice. I remember this scent was like a sweet scent. Nothing in particular, not like a cake sweet, but just like a general sweet. Yeah, it's like this creamy kind of product. There we go. I feel like once I put it on my hair that it does, it conditions. It's not bad. Like her first generation products and conditioners were horrible on my hair. This is certainly not horrible. And the only reason why I'm probably not raving about this one more is because I've had other things from her line, from her new collection, which I think are even better. So I would get those as opposed to this one again. So I'll be able to finish up the 2 jars that I have because I think this is nice for, let's say, a co-wash day or something like that. It does a good job of detangling my hair and just, it's nice. It does bring a bit of measured moisture to my hair, more so than it would normally have if I had used something that doesn't work for my hair. So it's, it's cool. It's cool. I'm not going to be running out to like necessarily buy it again, but it's fine. It serves its purpose. It does condition. It gives me a little more moisture than I had initially, and it feels fine. Again, there's something else that I want to show you from her line that one I would be running out for. So we'll get to that in 1 second. Thing that I wanted to show you is from Shea Moisture, and while they had a sale in ShopRite, I picked up this. I wasn't sure about it, had never used it. This is also a conditioner, Curl and Shine conditioner. It's from the Coconut and Hibiscus line. This smells like the coconut and hibiscus scent, which I do like. Out of all the scents from Shea Moisture, this is probably my favorite scent for things that I've tried on my hair, as well as their body lotion and this coconut hibiscus scent. Of course, because this is Shea Moisture, we have right there no sulfates, no parabens, the whole thing, the whole line right straight down. I will show you the ingredient list so you can check that out and pause it and check out all the ingredients if you'd like to do so. I can tell you that I've used this on my hair several times, probably about 3 times so far. This is the family size container. I got it when it was on sale for half price. So typically this one is sold for $9.99 and I got it for half price. And this is where I am right now. You can see it's down to there, and it's a conditioner. I thought it did a really nice job of just kind of melting into my hair. I really wasn't expecting it to be as good as it proved to be. It just kind of melted into my hair, and when I washed it out, my hair still felt soft. Not as soft as, you know, like the softest thing, like, oh, I need to make sure this is the only thing stocked in my house. Not like that, but it was really good. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would say it was like a solid 8, because when I washed it out of my hair and towel dried my hair was still soft, and it felt like cotton, like a cotton ball. Like, it really did feel soft. So that was nice, because sometimes with certain products I can wash my hair and come out and it's wet but it feels dry, if you know what I mean. If you have hair like mine, then you know what I'm talking about. But this didn't feel dry underneath. It felt soft. It felt soft. So I was happy about that. It's not the kind of product where I would expect I twist it up at night, but I still need to fully do this test, but twist it up at night with 0 product, and then the next day still expect to have like a measure of moisture. I think it would dry out overnight. So this is something, and this is not meant to be, you know, this is just how I test things. This is not meant to be like keep this in your hair and wash it out and you're going to be set for days and have moisture. It's not claiming to do that, but I just think this is something that you would eventually, within the night, before, you know, it fully dries out, or yeah, has fully dried down, at least for my hair texture, I would need to put in like a leave-in conditioner or some moisturizer or something. But it holds its own for a good couple of hours, and it's nice because, again, my hair did feel soft, so that was cool. I will try the whole overnight thing where I towel dry and let it air dry and go the whole night and wake up the next morning and have them in twists and see how it feels. But I already kind of have the feeling that it's not going to be able to make it to the next morning and be all smooth and silky and anything, because this doesn't really give me silky hair. It gives me soft hair, and it really does detangle effortlessly. So this is a really nice one that I am not mad at this one, and I could certainly see myself picking this up again. So I like it. Yeah, I like it. Scale of 1 to 10, it gets an 8. And for drugstore, especially when you can get it on sale and half price, and from, you know, stores where you can have other coupons that you combine with it, I think that's actually really good. Now I'm going to move on to one more Shea Moisture thing and Soultanical, because I'm going to do them both at the same time. So now we are seeing more companies trying to target those with low porosity hair. There are some new lines from Shea Moisture. This one is the one for low porosity hair, which is exactly what I have, which is why my hair is so dry. I'm going to do a totally separate video soon on the process, or kind of the hair journey that I'm going to be going through in 2016. And it's not to say that the ideal hair or anything like that is supposed to be long or whatever. This is just a part of my personal journey to see if I can moisturize my hair, because I know that my hair is growing from the scalp. I've spoken of this before, but it's the whole thing of retaining the moisture in my hair. That has always been like my big problem when I went, when I returned to the natural world. That was my issue, because my hair has a very difficult time keeping moisture. That's why I have low porosity hair. So getting that moisture in and keeping it moisturized has always been a challenge, but particularly while I'm natural, it was a challenge. So just finding things that can really moisturize my hair. Yeah, so it has been an issue. So that's why, because of course you need moisturized hair in order for it to retain, you know, the moisture level that it needs in your hair, so you can retain your length, right? So it's not that I necessarily have a hair length goal per se, but I know that my hair should not be at the length and I'm just talking about normal hair growth. My hair should not be at the length that it's at now because it is growing from my scalp. I know that. I've dyed my hair. I've seen that dye go from, you know, pretty much scalp to all the way it's grown out. Yet that hair length is not retained because the hair breaks off because it's not moisturized enough. So I want to, it's like a problem that I need to solve. I need to figure out how best to moisturize my hair so that, and I know if it's working because I'll see the length retention there. So that's kind of one of my challenges for 2016. But anyway, I say all that to say there are some products that have come out that are specifically meant to target people with different porosity levels. So Shea Moisture came out with one for high porosity and those with low porosity. And I have low porosity hair, so I got this one right here, the Baobab and tea tree oils low porosity and protein free conditioner. So that's what this one is. I've used it. It's like, if you can see here, it's like up to here right now. I thought this was okay when I used it on like a front twist and stuff on my hair. You know, at first I was like, it's not gonna be so great. I mean, it detangled well and all that stuff, but then when I washed it out and just put it in a twist and let it air dry, I said, oh, it feels like the dryness is coming back to it, so this is not awesome. But once it fully dried, felt kind of good and had silkiness and a measure of shine, more so than I would normally have on my own. So further tests are certainly required, but I'll let you see the ingredient list. More tests are definitely required, but I thought this was, especially picking it up on the ground, something that you can get from, you know, I got this from Target. And don't fret if you don't initially find this in Target, because at first I didn't either. They only had the high porosity line, but then I went back a few weeks later and they had this low porosity line. So it may be coming to a Target near you or some other store that sells Shea Moisture products. But anyway, I thought this was pretty nice, but again, I need to test it further. But when it comes to targeted products for low porosity hair, this one I thought was good. So far it seems good, right? But this one I thought was great. But again, more testing is needed because I only have one jar of it. It's limited edition, but I did send a message to Io, the owner of Soultanicals, and she did say that it is coming back out again this year. She didn't say when, but this is sold out right now, and it is a limited edition. It's called Miss Frosty Deep Repairing Frosterizer, and this is listed as a deep conditioner. Here are the ingredients, and I definitely have to show this now in case in time I bring it in the shower and it all gets all messed up. So there are the ingredients. It has a nice scent too. Let me just remind myself of what... Oh, sorry. Now my nose is clogging up. Not due to this, but... Sorry, I'll have to tell you at the review what it smells like because I actually can't really smell it so much right now, but I know it had a nice scent. It wasn't like, ooh, I need to smell like this every second of the day, but it had a nice scent. It was cool. It's definitely cool. So here's what it looks like. As you can see, it's sliding. I don't want it to come out, but it's a creamy kind of product. Look at that. Here's what I did notice. When I first got it, and I was only able to get one jar. I should have known this was really, really good stuff because when this came in stock, she was having like a 40% off sale or something like that. So I went and I had never used this and it said limited edition. So I ordered two. By the time I got to the checkout, it said we do not have the quantity to, or we do not have the supply to fulfill your quantity request or whatever. So I then tried one and then the one, it worked. So the other one had somebody snatch it right out of my basket just that quickly. So I should have known that other people may have tried this already and they knew that it was good stuff. So anyway, as soon as I got it, that day it came, I took some hair in the bang area, put this conditioner on it, washed it out. When it dried, and I was testing a couple of conditioners in the bang area from other brands, and I had this one, I remember, at the far end. So it was on this side, and it was the one that I put in last, so it hadn't even stayed in my hair as long as the other conditioners. Washed those out. I thought they were cool. Came to this one, washed it out. It felt like butter. Silky, soft, shiny. And I said, okay. Don't get too excited. Let it dry. And so I twisted it up, let it dry. It felt like just a silk strand. It felt delicious. I loved it. I said, okay, now I need to try it on my entire head. Went ahead, tried it on my entire head. Super easy to detangle with and get that product through my hair. Washing it out was a breeze. I have, as tightly coiled as my hair is and as dry as my hair is, I have a section back here that puts all the rest to shame because it is so dry. It is just to the extreme. It is the extreme. I don't know who in the world could have hair, maybe it's comparable to mine, but I don't know who could have hair that is drier than this. Seriously, it's that dry. So, you know, anyhow, and that section always responds differently to products than other areas of my hair. So I wanted to see how that would respond in that particular area. And maybe I need to speak more about that area too in some other videos. But anyway, that particular area, as I applied this product to my entire head, Mrs. Frosty, it was certainly better than with most products, but it wasn't as juicy and silky as it was on that front section where I had applied it. But it definitely felt nice. My whole hair felt conditioned and soft. It still left me with shine. I thought it was very, very nice. So I can't wait until this comes back in stock so I can get more of it, because I think this is really, really a nice product. Side note, if you're watching this, hopefully by the time that I post this video, it's still out, but I checked yesterday, Bobeam conditioner is back in stock on Curl Mart. I bought up a good amount. So if I were to compare the Bobeam one, which is not marketed as a low porosity one, to this one, and Bobeam costs $10, this regular price costs $16, but as I mentioned, I purchased this during a sale period. If I had to compare the Bobeam one and both of them, I'm just still on jar number one, because the Bobeam one I only purchased one jar, my others are now coming, and this one I was only able to get one jar, and I haven't finished either jar. But let me say this, just with one jar in, or working through one jar, if I had to compare the Bobeam to this one, or even the other low porosity one from Shea Moisture that I showed you, I'm gonna rock with Bobeam. But again, I need to test this more, but this was really good. Soultanicals really pumping out some nice products, and I'm so happy with the progression of the brand. I'm almost finished with this what's new this week. Just gonna show you one last brand. Mielle Organics, if that's how it's pronounced, Mielle Organics. I've just been intrigued by this company since I started following them on Instagram. This is the moisturizing avocado hair milk. Here are the ingredients right here. I saw only rave reviews from their Instagram account. Obviously, that's what people are going to be posting. But then when I just searched like the tag, I saw other great reviews from other people who had not been reposted from them. So it seems like people are really happy. Here's the ingredient list. This is not a review, but kind of, sort of. And I'll just show you too, this is, of course, another one of those, you know, paraben-free products. Just going to show you this on the hand. This is really creamy, does a great job detangling my hair and really getting the moisture in there. Now, after it dries, is the moisture there as much as when it's wet, like when you first apply it? No. So I found that but it's not bad. It's better than a lot of products. Like when I put most products in and attempt to moisturize, of course, while it's wet, it feels great. But once it dries as if I never put anything in. This still feels as if I've put something in. So I do like that. And then I found that I needed to kind of do a bit of a sealing to try and keep that lasting a bit longer. It's very difficult for a product to just be the only thing that I apply on my hair but you know, I'm not a fan of the sealing process. So let me go back to my original statement. It's very rare for me to find a product that I put on my hair and just put that and don't seal, and it moisturizes my hair and is there till the next day. That's a unique and very rare find for my collection. So that's why I kind of go wild when I do find something like that. This needs something else, but it still never brings it back to as dry as it would have been if I didn't apply it. So I do like this. I found that I got even better benefits when I sealed it with something. I'm going to show you the odd thing that I sealed it with and why it's kind of odd, but I'm trying other things as sealants along with it, and we'll see how that all works out. But so far so good. I like it. It's a nice little moisturizer. I'll put the price up here. I think it was like 14 and change or something like that. I also got from Mielle Organics the Babasu oil deep conditioner. The first time I ever encountered Babasu oil was in a Darcy's Botanical conditioner or product. Yeah, it was in a conditioner, which I love. So I'm eager to try this on my whole head. This is a creamy, creamy, creamy product. I definitely don't want to tip this, but I'll show you from the lid jar. There we go. Super, super. It feels like not even lightly whipped. It just feels so smooth. It feels like body lotion, like a thin body lotion. That's what it feels like, because this is not like a thick product. It's not. And it smells minty. Now that got my nostrils opened up again. Yeah, so it smells minty. I did put a little on the hair. I don't remember it tingling. I just did a little on some like section of my hair, but I need to do it on my whole head, and of course come back and do a real review. I didn't show you the ingredients on that. I think she has it listed on her site anyway, the Mielle Organics. And this brand is coming to Sally's. If there's a Sally's near you, this is coming to Sally's during the month of February. I don't know exactly when in February, whether or not it's the 1st or later in the month, but there we go. Okay, so those are the ingredients for that. And now I'm going to show you the last product that I got from Mielle Organics. And this is why I said it was a little odd that I sealed with this, because this is her edge control. Now they market this and say that this is like more edge control than you would get from most brands. As far as I recall, because this is, even though the jar looks big, this is 4 ounces. And I'm pretty sure I get 4 ounces from Curls, and I get 4 ounces from, or no, it's 3 ounces from this other brand. But I think the blueberry pomade that I always rave about, that I love, because I use that as my edge control, even though they call it a pomade. I think they call it a pomade. But anyway, that is my edge control, the blueberry one. And prior to that, when they had the passion fruit scent, but I exclusively purchased the blueberry one because I love that scent so much more. So anyway, that one I believe is 4 ounces. But anyway, this is the Mielle Flexible Hold Edge Gel. I put it on this morning. I have been testing this. This is why I think this is such an interesting product, because they market it as an edge control gel. And I'm going to put some on just right now, just so you can see. Let's see if you can see that, and I can later come on and do a review, but I can tell you right now, because I have been using this since I purchased it. And I'll probably insert a picture someplace up top. Look at that. Okay, here's what I found. Do you see how that held that down? And I put this on earlier, and for the most part, it is down and looks nice, but I'm just putting some more so you can see what it does initially. I think this is a very nice edge control. It is certainly a flexible hold, because if at any second I decided to take a comb and go over it or anything, you could, because, and this is why I said it's an odd product that I use as a sealant, because this almost feels like, first of all, the scent reminded me of the sweet orange honey pomade from Earth's Nectar. Now, remember, despite the fact that this is called a pomade, I've spoken to you before in the past, this is just a butter for your hair. They call it a pomade, but once you go like this, it breaks down to an oil. They have a very similar scent, these two, this kind of citrusy, sweet orange kind of scent for both of them, the Mielle Organics gel or edge control, and the pomade from Earth's Nectar. So there is a difference in price point. I believe this one costs over 20 bucks. But again, this cannot hold down edges. This is just a hair butter. If you see it right here, it breaks down to an oil like very quickly, right? The reason I thought this one is like something that you could compare it to, because it doesn't break down to an oil, but it let me try and show you over here. See how it looks shiny? It almost feels like these products are very, very similar, except this breaks down to an oil and this one stops short of breaking down to an oil. It feels like it almost wants to, but then it says, oh, no, 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 I'm edge control. So look at it on my finger here. See how it looks shiny, almost like it wants to break down to oil? But this clearly must have more of a wax base in it so that it can give you more of that hold. Whereas this has like no, if I remember the ingredients, no wax in it. Because again, yeah, no, this just has a bunch of oils and butters, right? So if this had some wax in it, I would feel like it's the same product. But again, this currently, the Earth's Nectar one can hold down no edges. This is not an edge control. It is not a gel. It's just a butter. Okay, I just need to reiterate that. But the scent is so similar. And this is, they call it a styling agent. Really delicious. Love that scent. This is a very similar scent. It came with this kind of, you see that little like white film on top. So that's probably just something in production, but I have used that as well to go on my edges and everything seemed just fine. I think this is an amazing edge control. Let me just say this. In the picture that I'm going to post somewhere on screen, probably over here, you'll see a picture of one day when I was testing it, the first full day that I was testing it. Over here, because I used it on my hairline, I had some, what looked like some portions of it that looked a little white cast, a little bit, okay? But that same day I had used a lot over here, and you can see that portion in the picture, and that had no white cast. So I think it's just a matter of really making sure that you rub it in, that you get it in there so that it cannot just kind of, I don't want to say cake up, but like cake up. And then when you go out in the elements, because it was cold too, so maybe that, like, the cold air hit it and it just like froze in place and had that, you know, kind of white cast form, but it didn't do it over here. And I had put actually far more on this side than I put right here in front of my like forehead. So I don't know, but in general, I don't get the white cast from this. I just think, and then the next day I did use it again, but after I washed my hair, I rubbed it in really, really, really well, and I had like no white cast. There was like a tiny speck of it that was trying to form white, and I just rubbed it in, even though it was like, felt like it was semi-dry already, rubbed it in with my finger, and boom, it was gone. So I think it's a matter of how well I'm rubbing it in, but this is a really nice edge control, and without a doubt, I can see myself purchasing this one again. So the edge control, I can give you my review on that already, but see how it's like, it's down, but it's like, if I wanted to just mess that up right now, see how it did it? So yeah, it's so interesting. And see how it's holding it down right here. It's holding it down. And so it does a really good job. Yeah, I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. I still like my curls one as well. I need to really do a comparison between the two and see which one is the best one. But yeah, I like that edge control gel, and because of its consistency is why I was able to use it on like my hair edges and use it down the length after the Mielle Organics avocado hair milk, and it was more like sealing it all in. It was weird that it worked that well because it has wax in it, obviously, but not so much so that it can't be used to seal your ends. That's another test that I'm going to continue doing on that one. But yeah, I just think it's a really interesting hair gel. So I like that. Let me put some right here. See how that looks super shiny? Yeah, so anyway, clearly I don't remember what direction my hair was going in. Okay, over here. So yeah. See how that looks just shiny? Anyway, thank you for watching. That's what's new this week. This is Mielle Organics. I really am hopeful about this edge gel. I think it's really nice. Edge gel / sealer. I forgot to show this little baby in my what's new this week piece. This is a mask. I only have one, so when I do the review for it, it will likely be either on the blog or on Instagram. So you can follow me on Instagram at PJD01. And here are it's a gold mask. The color of it, of course, is gold, but it claims to have like some golden like flakes or something in it, like gold. See right here is in it. It also has hyaluronic acid, vitamin A. I remember seeing in there grapeseed oil. So yeah, I'm curious to see what's going to happen or how my skin feels after I take this mask off. I'll have the company name somewhere on screen of you know, who sent this to me. So yeah, I'm excited. So again, follow me on Instagram to see the final results of this mask coming up soon. I haven't tested it out yet, but today is a snow day, so I may. All right, so thanks for sending this out to me. I don't want to mess up the company name, but I know it starts with an S and it was like shop something. So yeah, so they sent me all the instructions and information because this is like a collagen based mask. So yeah, I'll be talking to you more about that in the review period, but I'm excited to wear it. All right, bye.